Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bandho mui savadhana mate Bandho mui savadhana Bandho mui savadhana mate Bandho mui savadhana Hare Prasade Bhakti Bhavatoriya Jahar Prasade Bhakti Bhavatoriya Krishna Prapti hoy jahan hoite 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 Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Yakya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Yakya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kori Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Arana Koriyo Mane Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Arana Koriyo Mane Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Utama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Utama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Jai Prasad Pure Sarva Asha Jai Prasad Pure Sarva Jai Prasad Pure Sarva Asha Jai Prasad Pure Sarva चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु शै चक्षुदान चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु शै चक्षुदान दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनश्यति प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनश्यति प्रेम वेद गाय जहाँ रचरितो वेद गाय जहाँ रचरितो वेद गाय श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ हा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया Ebeas gushu tribhuvana Ebeas gushu tribhuvana Ebeas gushu tribhuvana Ebeas Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshata Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Ram Ram Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Anita Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhans Parivajakacharya Stotra Rishata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vrinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Prem se kaho Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gauru Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Shri Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Navadip Mayapur Dham ki, Purushottam Kshetra Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Ganga Mai ki, Jamuna Mai ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Tulsi Maharani ki, Kaliyuga Pavan Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Brihat Mridang Transcendental Book Distribution ki, Transcendental Prashadam Distribution ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth, attachment to his lotus feet, and the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic Brahma emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds.
Hare Krishna. So welcome you all to our Hare Krishna Center on this sunny Sunday. So please enjoy the sun while it is there. Today we'll be speaking on a very wonderful devotee called Jayananda Prabhu, who left his body some years back. But he was a very one of the glorious devotee of the Lord. So Balram is going to speak about him. Of course, he's going to speak a little bit from Bhagavad Gita in the beginning. But before that, I would like to welcome our dear Richard, who has come to our congregation after some time. Richard was coming since childhood, I believe. Yeah. So before we had the devotees from Seventh-day Adventist Church, and many years, I think this place was built by the church. And Richard was here coming to the church since his childhood. And he has come back again to see how we're doing. So welcome, Richard, to Hare Krishna Center. It is a great fortune that the legacy that the church has left, because I believe you're doing the same thing what you're doing, chanting, dancing, and feasting, glorifying the Lord. So it's carrying on your legacy. So welcome, Richard. And it's our tradition to welcome our new guest. So could you please all do the three loud Hari Bols for Richard? Haribo! 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 Thank you so much, Richard, for coming today. Hare Krishna. You'd excuse, our screen is just one side, so if you want to read from the screen, so you might have to move towards that, and you can read it from the screen if you want. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll start off by chanting a nice, very short song called Jai Radha Madhava. I think we haven't ever explained what this song means. Jai Radha Madhava is a very sweet song that prepares our consciousness for any spiritual topics that we discuss. It gives us a goal. That after all this education, all these philosophy, all these classes, and every service that we're doing in the temple, all the food we're eating, prasadam we're eating, the association we're having with other like-minded people, what the goal of it all is so that we can sit in the holy place of Vrindavan and have a very God-conscious, Krishna-conscious mind and sit and enjoy with Krishna, God. So this is glorifying that, and it's preparing our consciousness that we know that the goal of this all is to do this. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivajadari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivajadari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivajadari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Munatira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So, on behalf of ISKCON Stoke, we welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program. Today, I'm not a guest. Thank you. Thank you, bro. So, we welcome you all to ISKCON Stoke for our Sunday Feast program. Today we have a little bit of a different schedule and a different topic, because 1 week and 1 day ago, it was a very special day. If any of you have the ISKCON Stoke calendar, you can see. On the calendar, last Saturday, it said that it was Jayananda Prabhu's disappearance day. Now, without any knowledge, we won't know what that actually means. Who's Jayananda Prabhu? And why is he on the calendar? Why does he have his name on the calendar on that special day? How important? Who is this important person? So it was his disappearance day. Disappearance day is a kind of language that many devotees use for the day they leave their body or they pass away. And it's on our calendar because Srila Prabhupada, when this specific devotee, Jayananda Prabhu, left his body, Srila Prabhupada mentioned to the entire International Society for Krishna Consciousness that we should celebrate this day like any other saint's disappearance day. So you have in many different traditions, you'll see saints, prophets, or just holy people in general, they have special days honoring them. In Christianity, you have Saint Paul, Saint this, Saint that, many saints. In Vaishnavism, or the Vedic culture, you also have that. Now, who here has heard of Jayananda Prabhu? If you can put your hand up. 1, 2. Everyone else has not. Huh? So, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that on the day we celebrate a very elevated, holy saint, we should commemorate them by celebrating them, honoring them. That means what? What would you do to commemorate or honor someone? Any ideas? Nothing?
Well, you can try to remember what services he did or what contribution he made to the society and why it's so important.
So we can remember the person as he was, memories and things like this. We can talk about him, remember him, even if we've never met him or never knew him. Other things as well, you'll notice, feasts are also there. When any celebration or any big event happens, there has to be a feast. So hopefully today we'll also have a feast as well. And generally we just get devotees together and honor this person. So I thought I'll do it a little bit differently, because when I made the notes before this class to try and honor Jayananda Prabhu as much as possible, I realized that literally, I'm not exaggerating at all, it would take multiple classes and multiple lectures to actually honor all the pastimes and special things that he did in his life. I'm not exaggerating at all. I tried to cram in as much as possible into this class. So, before we get started, we'll just offer some prayers of invocation. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, I think today we're following a different, I'm not going to do the Gita, so usually every week we'll do a verse from the Gita and explore it a little bit, but because there's so much to talk about this personality, I think we're going to have to skip this week. So Srila Prabhu, is it possible, I'm sorry, you put the text on screen. Is it possible you can just give me the rights to share my screen? I can share? Okay. Please forgive the technical difficulties that are about to happen. Okay. Okay. Is that? Oh no. Is that clear or is it too bright in the room? Is it okay? Okay. Okay. Now I can't see where my cursor is. What's that? Okay. Okay. So, this is Jayananda Prabhu. So, whenever we think of a saint, sometimes we think of someone 400, 500 years ago. Whereas, how long ago do you think Jayananda Prabhu was living? 40, 50 years ago, yeah. So, Srila Prabhupada, the founder of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, proclaimed to the entire society, when Jayananda Prabhu left this world, that Jayananda Prabhu was the first saint in ISKCON. Now that's quite a claim. The first ever saint in ISKCON. So, when we talk about Jayananda Prabhu, we can talk about him as a pure example of a pure devotee. Everyone knows Srila Prabhupada's story, but we'll recap. Srila Prabhupada came to the West at the age of 69, the years of retiring. He came to deliver a message of how to love God to a place and a country that was filled with wars, different movements trying to find meaning, hippies, to a country that was completely lost, America, at the time. And he came with nothing to deliver this message. And we all know a little bit of the story, but when he came, he had nothing. And after some time, Srila Prabhupada started attracting a few youngsters. Youngsters started coming and getting interested in Krishna consciousness. So they would come, listen to his classes, come for prasadam, or they just come for free food. That's not something new that's happening. It happens in our temple. It happened long before as well. If you want to come to the temple, you could just come for the food, free. So at that time, many people were coming, and all of them were about 18, 20, 25 is like an old person in the temple. That's the kind of the demographic that was there. Srila Prabhupada was the elder. He was 70 years old, and everybody else was about 18, 20. Okay? Jayananda Prabhu, okay, we'll go into a little bit of it because there's so many stories to tell. Some people say that after Srila Prabhupada left this world, there will be no more pure devotees in the world. That Srila Prabhupada was the last one. But then Srila Prabhupada himself said Jayananda Prabhu was the first saint in ISKCON. First. That means first, there could be second, there has to be a third, there has to be a fourth, fifth. So there he proclaimed to the entire world, Jayananda Prabhu was the first saint in ISKCON. And the great thing about Jayananda Prabhu was he wasn't a sannyasi or a renounced person wearing saffron. He wasn't a GBC. In ISKCON we have these, the term for someone who is at the management level of all ISKCON, GBC. He wasn't GBC. He wasn't even a leader. So why was he so great? The great thing that everybody loved about him was his service attitude. He was known for his service attitude. If there was a job to be done, he would do it. There's a saying, if you have everything in the world, if you have power, position, everything in the world, you have everything, but you have no service attitude, you have nothing. But if you have nothing in your life, but you have service attitude, you have everything. And that is something that would define Jayananda Prabhu. So, at the time in ISKCON, so Jayananda Prabhu's main temple that he was serving at was San Francisco. At the time, the first temple was in New York, 26 2nd Avenue, a storefront called Matchless Gifts. The second temple after that was in San Francisco, and Jayananda Prabhu was serving there. So at the time in America, there were more temples and more devotees coming about, all these young people. And people talk. There was a society. So people got to know about some devotee far away in a different city. So in New York, some of the devotees, they would hear, all across ISKCON, they would hear, oh, there's a person called Jayananda. And word on the street is that he's a pure devotee. So they all knew that, but they never met him. And then sometimes there's one pastime where some devotees from New York came over to San Francisco to help, and they would kind of collaborate, the devotees. They just visit, we haven't been to the San Francisco temple, let's go. And they went inside and they saw a garage, and there was a car inside. And First of all, before I go on with the story, what do you think a pure devotee would look like? Someone that's renounced. He's wearing robes, and he's in a room by himself, away with his thoughts, meditating. Right? That's what you think a saint would be, or a pure devotee. They walked into that garage. They saw a car with its hood open, the bonnet. It was being fixed. This was in the temple. And they saw 2 legs sticking out. And someone rolled out underneath. Random guy, 6'2", with a New York accent. And he was covered in oil. And he came rolled out underneath on these little, these skater things that you can roll under a car with. And he came out, and he said, excuse me, could you just hand me that wrench over there? I need that. He said, sure. Can you hand me that? Thank you. And he said, and then they started having a conversation. And then he asked, oh, you came all the way from New York? Is that where you're from? What's your name? And the person said his name. And he asked, what's your name? He said, my name's Jayananda. Who would know that the definition of pure devotee that's known all over ISKCON is someone that fixes cars? And he's not the kind of stereotypical stereotype of a pure devotee. So this was Jayananda. He was kind of the handyman of the temple. So a pure devotee doesn't mean you have to be a renunciate or a monk or wear saffron or go to the woods and not disconnect from everybody and just live in the woods and chant by yourself. That's not the definition of a pure devotee. Of course, you can be a pure devotee by doing that, but that's not what it is. A pure devotee means someone who is an exemplar of service attitude. And that is what Jayananda was. So a little background about Jayananda. This is the next picture. It's black and white, so you might not be able to see. If you're not able to see, I'm going to show some more pictures. So maybe there's some chairs available here if you want to sit on a chair. Or just please come closer as well. Everyone at the back, even Radha Mohan Prabhu, Srila Prabhu, please come forward. It's a little bit better if we're all together. Then we can, connect properly. Please come forward. Even Prabhuji, come close. Otherwise, I feel like I'm scaring all of you. Come closer. Yeah. Even closer. Srila Prabhu, here is better, I don't bite. I'm vegetarian. Okay. So this is Jayananda. There's Srila Prabhupada in the middle. This is one of Srila Prabhupada's talks to a bunch of youth. I can't remember where it is. This is Jayananda Prabhu. Now, does he look like he would be a pure devotee in robes? He's in a suit. A little bit background about Jayananda Prabhu. He grew up in a well-off family. His father was well-off. They didn't have, money was not a problem. And he grew up in normal society, a normal American culture. And he went to university. He even got a degree. I think it was in engineering. So he was qualified man. Can you guess what kind of work he started doing after that? An engineer, probably. Jayananda Prabhu became a taxi driver. Out of choice. His family wanted him to do a proper job, but for him, he always felt like he was a very simple person. So he always felt like, I don't want to be in the corporate field and hang around people that have such a corporate, man-eating, lion eats lion mentality. I'm a very simple person. I just want to have a simple life. So he became a taxi driver. And as a taxi driver, you hear everyone's backstories. When you go in a taxi, sometimes you talk with a taxi driver, and they relieve. Sometimes they tell you their entire backstory. And so he knows he's a people's person. And he starts, he hears the lives of many people all across the town, random people. And he's hearing how sad they are sometimes, And after some time, with general material life, he got a little bit depressed. Very depressed. To the point that he didn't know what to do. He wanted some meaning in life. There were different things, there were different movements, but he wanted some meaning. He was around 30 years old at this time. Then at some point, he was depressed and he opened a newspaper. And in that newspaper, it had a picture and a title, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, giving lectures at so-and-so address at these certain times. So he thought, okay, let me go try. There's a Swami from the East, from India. He must have something. He looks like. So he gave it a try. And he went to see Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, at this time, he was so impressed with Srila Prabhupada. A person at 70 years old, leaving everything they know, going to a country where they don't know anyone and don't know even the culture, comes to give the message of loving each other and loving God. This is the time someone retires. So then he comes and he speaks with Srila Prabhupada, he associates with Srila Prabhupada more and more. At the time, many hippies were going to Srila Prabhupada's classes. You know, it smelled like a farm of marijuana in the room because all the hippies, that was their kind of lifestyle. And he was very impressed. So then he decided to continue with his taxi driving, but he wanted to move into the temple and associate with the devotees more. So he moved into the temple. And at the time, every single day, Srila Prabhupada was doing Srimad Bhagavatam classes. So in our Wednesday programs, we're studying Srimad Bhagavatam, the book. And Srila Prabhupada would give similar lectures on the Srimad Bhagavatam, the book itself. And it was morning time, he would give this. And the other residents in the temple, this was for the residents that are staying in the temple, for anyone that wants to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam and learn more. First thing in the morning, because when you're first thing in the morning, you're fresh, and you want to learn, and it's a nice way for you to absorb knowledge. So he started coming. Jayananda Prabhu was the only one that would turn up in the mornings. All the other residents would be sleeping in. Because they weren't used to it. It wasn't their lifestyle to wake up early. They were a little bit more relaxed. And Jayananda Prabhu would be the first one to get up and the last one to go to sleep. He'd be working in the temple, he'd be doing all the chores, be cooking, cleaning, taking the rubbish out. And this is what he was doing. And it got to the point that at Bhagavatam classes, it would just be him and Srila Prabhupada. Can you imagine? The founder of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, who gave us all these books, and he's having one-on-one discussions with him. You know, a one-on-one discussion is very powerful if you have it with someone that's saintly or knowledgeable. And he's having it one-on-one with Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada loved him like anything, because he was trying his best to do all the chores. He just wanted to please the devotees, serve everyone, serve Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada would personally cook for Jayananda Prabhu. Can you imagine? Srila Prabhupada, the spiritual master of the entire society, thousands of people, and he's cooking personally for Jayananda Prabhu. This is kind of an intimate relationship they had, like father-son. So when he moved into the temple, like I said, he was actually one of the older ones. Everybody else was about 18 to 20 years old, and Jayananda Prabhu was in his 30s. So he was kind of the odd one out. He was the senior person amongst everyone. And because of this, there came some merits as well. Jayananda Prabhu would be kind of the more mature one. See, this is Jayananda Prabhu walking with Srila Prabhupada on morning walks. Jayananda Prabhu was actually quite a tall person. He was about 6'2". And he would associate with Srila Prabhupada like his own father. They would go on morning walks like this. This is another picture of Jayananda Prabhu with Srila Prabhupada. It's black and white. You can't see because it's so dark, it's so light in here. But there's Jayananda Prabhu wearing, well, he looks like a pure devotee in the right slide because he's wearing robes. So he came, and after some time, Srila Prabhupada and Jayananda Prabhu were spending more and more time together. And Jayananda Prabhu was becoming more purified and he was learning more. And it got to the point that Srila Prabhupada trusted Jayananda Prabhu so much. Okay, this is a bit of background. Soon we'll be having, all across the world, a very famous and big festival called the Ratha Yatra. Last year some of us went, and I think the year before we went as well. We took a coach. So every single year, in every major city in the world, there is a huge chariot procession that happens. Last year we went. Nick came with us as well. Some other devotees came with us last year to London. London has huge Rath Yatras, 10,000 people. And they all come to pull these massive chariots with features of God on there. And at this time, the Rath Yatra was only secluded to one place in the world, in a place in India called Puri, Jagannath Puri. It's on the west side. This is kind of the place where the main form of God, Jagannath, he is from. And they do huge chariot processions. And it's only one in the world. It's like the word Juggernaut that we have in the English language came from the word Jagannath. Because the British, when they came to India, they saw these huge chariots and they thought they were so big that it came into their language and it came to the word Juggernaut. So it meant something big. And at the time, if you don't know, the actual temple of Jagannath in Puri, they have a strange rule where they don't allow anyone who's not Indian or Hindu to come into the temple. And Srila Prabhupada, when he came and visited Jagannath Puri, he was furious with this. He's furious because most of his disciples were from America and England and Europe and Russia. And if the devotees who had given their life to serving Krishna could not go in the temple, this was like, Srila Prabhupada was furious about it. So then he held this, I'm not going to say grudge, but he held this in his heart. That my devotees can't see Jagannath inside the temple, That's it. We'll bring Jagannath all across the world. If we can't go inside, we'll bring Jagannath outside. And he erected all of these chariot processions throughout the entire world. The first ever one, he gave Jayananda Prabhu the service of building the Rath cart. This is Jayananda Prabhu, just in front of the Rath cart he made. So this is the first ever Rath cart and Rath Yatra that happened outside of India was in San Francisco. And Jayananda Prabhu was given the service of building the Rath cart, and he built huge Rath carts. Now in England, the ones we see in London, we use them every single year. We have somewhere to put them. Back then, the devotees had pretty much nothing. They had a small temple, and they would build the Rath carts from hand, not knowing any of the engineering or the architecture of the Rath cart. They just have to find out somehow. And Jayananda was tasked with it. He wasn't an engineer, he wasn't an architect. Well, he was an engineer, but he wasn't an architect. So he would do it. He would have this service of building Rath cart. And he didn't just make one Rath cart, he made 3 massive ones, 100 foot high. And they would fill up the entire street. And he invented this Rath carts. Actually, they're like pointy. And the traditional Rath cart, they don't come down. But in San Francisco and the Western world, and in Stoke we have telephone lines going from building to building. The Rath cart would be so big, he invented a system where he would have a lever and he'd roll the lever and the Rath cart would shrink. He only invented. It was adapted to the Western world. So Jayananda Prabhu would do this. And when he got this service, he would spend, I'm not even joking, 2 or 3 hours a day he would spend sleeping. The rest of the time he'd be working on the Rath carts. The entire day, from the time he wakes up in the morning till late at night while everyone is sleeping, he's working on the Rath cart himself. And he's hammering it, and things like this. So, whatever he was ready to do, see, I'll show you some pictures. This is Jayananda Prabhu. It's just a silhouette. Is it possible we can maybe close that blind and maybe make it a little bit darker in here, if you can? You can't even see his face in here. Okay. So he was spending day and night erecting these Rath carts, 100 foot high. And he'd be the main person that was so motivated to do it. He just wanted to get it done for Srila Prabhupada. I'll show you these pictures. Can you see a little bit? Is it better now? No? Little better. If we can, maybe close. Yeah, close that blinder, Prabhu. Technical difficulties. Yeah. Oh, we have to turn off the lights as well. The lights are on. Yeah, you can wake up. Okay. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada was doing it. Srila Prabhupada was doing it. Close the window blinder as well. Okay. Slightly better. You can see his face now. Yeah. Brilliant. I should make a movie theater. So it's so dark we could see it. Okay. So this is Jayananda Prabhu. He's working on the Rath carts. And at the time, the devotees, they had to find timber because they couldn't pay for it all. So they had to find timber that was already used. And they would use that, and they hired out this supermarket, let them use their car park. So that was the place where they were erecting all these Rath carts, a team of devotees, not many. It's right on the street. If you're walking by on the street, you can see these massive Rath carts getting built. So Jayananda was a man who was, whatever was needed to be done for the temple and to serve the devotees, he would do. Whatever he was asked, whether it was to clean, he would do it. Whether it was to give a lecture or a class, even though he's never given a class before, he used to hate giving classes, but he would do it. Whether it was to do kirtan, he would do it. Whether it was to fix the cars of the temple, he would do it. He was the handyman of the temple, and he was a pure devotee. So he could do anything. There's a story. He would be spending 2-3 hours a day sleeping, right? So he would be exhausted from doing these things. One time Srila Prabhupada came to the San Francisco temple, and Jayananda Prabhu would be hard working away, serving the temple, running about while everyone is hearing the class by Srila Prabhupada. And he'd be working so hard that Srila Prabhupada he asked a devotee, can you call Jayananda? I want to see him, because he loved Jayananda so much, he just wanted to see him. So he called Jayananda, and one of the devotees went to Jayananda, who was working away, doing something, I think with the Rath cart. And he said, Prabhupada wants to see you. Come in the class. I said, yeah, but I've got a service that I'm doing now. I need to finish this first, and then I can go. I said, no, Prabhupada's personally asking you to come. He said, okay, I'll come. And he came and sat down at the back of the class, like many of our devotees do. He sat on the back of the class, and Srila Prabhupada had a huge smile as soon as he saw Jayananda Prabhu. It was like his favorite son, He would come, and then Jayananda Prabhu sat down. Everybody's listening to the class attentively. Srila Prabhupada is speaking philosophy from the Gita, Bhagavatam. And Jayananda Prabhu, there's someone snoring at the back, and they realize it's Jayananda Prabhu. And one of the devotees, he started snoring. So he knocked him, and Jayananda Prabhu woke up. I was like, oh, okay, listening. And then, again, straight away, as soon as Srila Prabhupada started talking, he slept. And then the devotee nudged him again. As soon as the devotee nudged him, Srila Prabhupada said in the microphone, don't touch him, let him sleep. He's working harder than all of you combined. That's how much Srila Prabhupada loved Jayananda Prabhu. So this is not permission for everybody to sleep in the classes, because it's okay. But you should be working as hard as Jayananda Prabhu to be sleeping in the classes. So this was Jayananda Prabhu. And the thing that made Jayananda Prabhu such a likable person was his character. He was such a likable person. See, this is Jayananda Prabhu at one of the Rath Yatras, and he's with a police officer. He's such a likable character. Everybody loved him. Didn't matter if you were a practicing bhakti yogi, or if you were a devotee, or if you were a non-devotee, or you never heard the devotees. Even if you did not like the devotees, you would like Jayananda Prabhu. It was known. Even if you thought the devotees were weird, you would like Jayananda Prabhu. So his character would attract everybody. There's one story. One boy, he joined the temple, San Francisco. He moved in. And he was actually making it quite difficult in the temple. He wasn't learning, he wasn't paying attention, or he wasn't treating the devotees very nicely. So he's a bit difficult of a character to interact with. So the leading devotee at the time put them with Jayananda Prabhu. Said, you can serve with Jayananda Prabhu, because anybody that was making a ruckus or was difficult to work with, they would send them to Jayananda Prabhu to get them sorted out. And this boy, Jayananda Prabhu at the time, he was taking out the trash. So he was doing that for the entire day. And then this difficult boy, and then after some time, he was taking out the trash, which is, I mean, if you want to encourage someone in the temple, you don't make them take out the rubbish the entire day. You know, it's not a nice service to do. Nobody wants to do it. So they sent him with Jayananda, and Jayananda Prabhu was, along with him, was taking him out the trash. And after the day came back, the day finished, the boy came back to this leading devotee and said, I want to move into the temple. He says, what? Surely a day like that would want you to say, I never want to see the devotees ever again. So then he asked, why, can I ask? And he said, well, you put me up with that Jayananda. Or some non-devotees would call him Johnny Nanda, because they couldn't pronounce Jayananda. So they had put him with Jayananda, and he realized, he said, Jayananda, he was taking out the rubbish the entire day. It was the most low service you could do in the temple. Yet he always had a smile on his face, and he was so encouraging. He was probably the happiest person I've ever seen in my entire life. If he is the person who is taking out your rubbish, I can't imagine how happy the person who's actually leading programs must be. So I want to join the temple. And he moved in. And he completely changed his character after this. This is the effect that Jayananda would have on people. So what is more important than doing the service itself? Like, we can do services. You can wash the dishes after prasadam. But what's sometimes more important is having that service attitude. That you want to do these things, you know. What can I do for the temple? You know, what can I do to serve this person? Oh, this person came, you know, he's a little bit interested, but how do I make a nice impression with him? How do I serve him nicely? How do I make him happy? These kind of attitudes we need to build. You know, these are the things that can be even more important than just doing the services, you know. So these things are there. And one other thing of the character of Jayananda Prabhu is he'd be so humble. He'd be so humble. He would never criticize anybody. He was known to never ever criticize anybody. Even if it was someone that did something really bad to him or blasphemed him or treat him really badly, he would never criticize them. He would always see himself as, how can I improve better? You know, when he would listen to a lecture, he would have the attitude that this lecture is for me. Everything that is said in this, like we should be humble, we should do this, we should have service attitude, this is for me. He would go away from the lecture learning, saying, whatever was said, I need to be better, I need to learn this and put this in my own life. Sometimes we can do the opposite. Sometimes we can come away from the lecture and be like, oh, that lecture was good. Really good for the guy next to me, you know. It was definitely targeted towards him, you know. Whatever is said in the lecture, whatever we can learn, like today we're learning from Jayananda's own character, what we can apply into our life, it's for us. That's the kind of humility we should have. Often his humility would actually shock people. I'll show this next picture. Another picture of Jayananda. Again, if you look at his clothes are not exactly like 5-star, like properly nicely stitched for him, you know. It's not high-class clothes. Some of it's ripped a little, you know, it doesn't fit him. Often he'd wear clothes that wouldn't fit him properly. And there's one story about this, because he'd be so humble. He was so humble that it got to the point he would shock devotees with his humility. There's one story where Jayananda, he would have to get the permits from the police station in San Francisco. So you can't just do the chariot festival and take over the streets. You know, that would be like a protest. You would probably have police knocking on the doors. So you'd have to get permits so that they could block off the roads so that they can have the Rath Cart procession. And Jayananda would personally go. He would bring cakes from the temple and give it to the police officers. And there was one woman, police officer, that was taking care of all the permits. And she would be the same woman every single year for the Rath Yatra. She was a very angry, aggressive woman. Didn't like the devotees at all. She would blaspheme the devotees, curse the devotees, but still give them the permits. So she wasn't a nice character at all. And every year, the devotees would come with cakes and biscuits and prasadam and food free for the police officers to have as like a nice gift for them. And after some time, later in Jayananda Prabhu's life, a few years later, he actually got cancer and he passed away. After he passed away, the devotees would still do the Rath Yatra that year. And they went to the police station and saw this woman again. And she was still again angry, blaspheming the devotees, cursing the devotees. You guys are so weird, all shaved head and you're chanting outside in the cold and the rain. And then she asked, actually, where's Jayananda? He comes every year. I said, oh, you don't know? Jayananda passed away just like a month ago. And this woman, who was the most strong-hearted, angry, aggressive woman you could ever met, broke down crying. That's how much Jayananda would touch people's lives, even if you were not a devotee. This is the character. He would be the friend of every single person he would meet. This is the kind of person he would be. There was one time, okay, I'll just say a few more stories of Jayananda because there's so many now. There was one time Jayananda was so humble, he wouldn't buy anything for himself. There's a phrase. What's that phrase? Everything for Krishna, nothing for me. So Jayananda would live by this phrase. Jayananda Prabhu, at some point, he wouldn't buy anything for himself. So his clothes, his jeans and shirts and things like this started getting rips in it. They'd get dirty, stains. But he'd never buy new clothes. So the devotees started asking him, Jayananda, you have to buy new clothes now. It doesn't look nice. You're representing the entire movement. You should wear nice clothes. You should be nicely presentable. And Jayananda would say, yeah, but I don't want to spend any money on myself. By the way, I didn't include this. And Jayananda, being a taxi driver, he would be a taxi driver while living in the temple, while doing all the services, and 100% of all the money he earned was donated to the temple. Every single paycheck, every single cent, pence, dollar he would donate to the temple. Some charitable people, they give like 5% of what they earn to the temple, 20%, whatever. Jayananda would give 100% of everything he earned to the temple. He donated 5,000 pounds for the publishing of one of Srila Prabhupada's very famous books, Nectar of Devotion. And Srila Prabhupada puts credit to Jayananda in the foreword of that book. He so much appreciated Jayananda because it was his first ever donation he got for his book publishing, for Nectar of Devotion. So he didn't want to spend any money on himself. This is how humble he would. So humble that it would hurt you to hear about it. And so the devotees would say, Jayananda, you have to buy some new clothes. Please buy some new clothes. It doesn't look nice. People will think the devotees are some homeless people off the street. You have to buy new clothes. I said, yeah, I don't want to. I said, Jayananda, please. They dragged him to a store. Said, okay, if we don't get new clothes for you, let's get some used clothes for you. So there was one charity shop where they'd have used clothes, and they donate donate some of the revenue to some charities. And we said, come on, buy some clothes here, at least some jeans. So they dragged him there. They went to see some jeans. They said, okay, we'll get some jeans. Jayananda, in the thought of the moment, he'd see some jeans. The devotees are thinking, okay, he'll buy it now, finally. He took the jeans. He ran out the store. He stole them. He stole the jeans. And then he got caught by the security guard, the police officer that was outside, straight away. And then he got taken away and he got arrested and there was a court hearing. These jeans were like $5, $10. Not that much at all. Actually, not even that. I think it was a few cents. Less than $1, I think it was. But he didn't want to spend any money on himself. He ran out the store, got caught by the police officer, arrested, and there was a court hearing. And the judge is looking at the charges, and he's thinking, you stole some jeans that cost less than $1. Why couldn't you pay? And he saw the background. You're well educated. You've got engineering degree. You drive taxis. You get money. Why didn't you pay? And then Jayananda Prabhu said, okay, charge me. I'm guilty. But can I say something, Your Honor? I serve in a temple, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, and we are trying to serve millions of people across the world and try and make them happy. We're trying to serve Krishna, who is our name for God. And we're trying to give everything we have and every single bit of energy we have to serve Krishna. How guilty would I feel if I spent 1 cent on myself and not Krishna? This is how humble he was. And he had such a nice monologue to the entire court that the judge started crying. And the police officer that caught Jayananda started crying. To the point that the police officer said, Your Honor, forget the charges, I'll pay for the jeans. This is how he would touch people's lives. This is the kind of characteristics of a true saint, pure devotee. This is the man that Jayananda Prabhu was. And he wouldn't just be, like I said, he was the friend to everybody. There's one story, one devotee was living in the temple. He was a brahmachari in the temple. And eventually he just got bored of it all, Krishna consciousness and stuff, that he left the temple. He gave up Krishna consciousness. And he gave up Krishna consciousness. Do you know what he started doing after that? He was a butcher. From being a vegetarian, strictly following vegetarian diet, regulative principles, no gambling, no alcohol, no intoxication, all things like this, he became a butcher. So then, what do you think the devotees, a general conception if a devotee sees him is like, how could you do such a thing? You left such a nice life, a life of non-violence, to become a butcher, surrounding yourself in a shop where there's carcasses of animals, and you're eating them, and you're chopping them, and you're killing them. Such a big difference. So how could you do such a thing? That's not what Jayananda Prabhu did. Jayananda Prabhu visited this devotee after some time. He went to the butcher shop. This is a story that was told by one of Jayananda Prabhu's close friends. He went to the butcher shop. Instead of criticizing this person that stopped becoming a devotee, this butcher devotee came out with an apron filled with blood. So he'd been, involving himself in such things. Filled with blood on his hands. And Jayananda Prabhu said, "Hey, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in so long. How have you been? Are you keeping healthy? Come here, give me a hug." And Jayananda Prabhu, who had for years been keeping a nice ahimsa, non-violence, vegetarian diet, didn't want to even see anyone get harmed. He hugged this butcher devotee, didn't care if the blood would get on him. He hugged him. And, for someone, he had left. He was actually a little bit, the devotee that became the butcher, he was, a little bit scared. He was like, I didn't want the devotees to come and criticize me. I'm a little bit embarrassed of what I've done. He was embarrassed. Instead of criticizing him, Jayananda Prabhu went to him and hugged him. How are you doing? You know what? You don't have to do that. You know what? Just come back to the temple. We'll do some kirtan. We'll give you some food, some prasadam. Just have some fun. We'll do some chanting together. Come back. And this devotee left everything, all the butcher business, and came back to the temple, and again, vegetarian. And he was so touched by Jayananda. Jayananda would have this effect on everybody. When Jayananda Prabhu was doing the Rath carts, he'd be in the street, like we saw the picture, where he was in the street. See? It's right on the sidewalk, you can just walk by. And when he was doing the Rath cart, he was by himself, maybe 1 or 2 devotees, if lucky. And he would be hammering nails and putting things together, woodwork. And he was like, you needed multiple people to create such a structure, right? So he would get random people that were walking across the street and say, hey, you look strong. Come over here, just help me put this nail in. I don't have 3 arms, you need to help me. Can you help me? He said, sure, I can help you with 1 nail. And then the person would hold 1 nail, and Jayananda would hit it in. I say, wow, you held that nail in so nicely. Have you done this before? Have you gone to like a workmanship university or something? Have you done this before? You're so good at doing it. Do it again. Let me see again. I said, okay, I'm just holding a nail. I'm not doing much. I'm not even hammering it in. So holding a nail, whoa! You're doing it so nicely. I've never seen anyone hold a nail so nicely. Seems a little bit he's patronizing him or something. But he was doing it genuinely. Okay, so just do one more. And this person will be there for an hour. And the person will be there for 2 hours, be there for 6 hours. Then they go back to the temple, have prasadam, they do some kirtan. He stayed over the same night. And then he started working again tomorrow. Then he stayed another day. Then he moved into the temple. Then he became a monk in the temple. Then he became, then he got initiated by Srila Prabhupada. Then he became a missionary. Then he started preaching Krishna consciousness all over the world. Now, the same person who Jayananda Prabhu just took off the street to hammer in a nail, he is now a very pure devotee called Jayapataka Swami. He has 80,000 disciples all over the world. 80,000. And he's touched so many people's life. And the person that got him involved in Krishna consciousness is Jayananda Prabhu. From simply getting him off the street and asking him to hold a nail in place. That was Jayananda Prabhu. Sometimes I often talk with I was talking to a devotee yesterday about Jayananda Prabhu because the topic just came up. And we were talking and we said, you know how we know someone was really great? Is by seeing the people that made that person, first of all, gave them all these good habits and everything. And to see the people that they hold great. You want to know how to find the greatest person? You have to find those great people and find who made them great. And who made Jayananda Prabhu great was Srila Prabhupada. If Srila Prabhupada could make such a person like Jayananda, who was so pure in heart, that he would affect people like this, so many people, and that same Jayananda would make people like Jayapataka Maharaj, Swami, who made 80,000 people Krishna conscious and happy and devotees. And probably some of those 80,000 people are making other people very happy. You know, how great Srila Prabhupada must be, right? It's not something cheap. Something very, very precious, you know. So this is the kind of person Jayananda Prabhu was. Can you see now why we celebrate his disappearance day every year? He's not just some average Joe, you know. There's many devotees we can say. I won't say all of them. Like I said, I'm trying to cram as much as possible into this some time that we have. I have 5 more minutes. I'll finish off. Another story. When you get initiated, usually when you get initiated, you get taught a special mantra, a Gayatri mantra. And like we said, Jayananda Prabhu was very simple, and he got initiated. And this mantra is secret. It's supposed to be kept between you and your spiritual master for you to chant daily. And Jayananda, being this average New York guy, you know, he's not very confident in saying Sanskrit, you know. He would get taught the Gayatri mantra, and he asked his friend Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who's also a very pure devotee. He said, I'm struggling to chant this Gayatri mantra. I'm struggling with the pronunciation of it. I think I'm going to go back to Srila Prabhupada and ask him if he can teach me more and teach me how to say the mantra properly. And he went back to the room, and Srila Prabhupada spent like a good half an hour with him, you know, teaching him this mantra, how to say it properly, each syllable. And after some time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was there. He recounts. He was also a good friend of Jayananda Prabhu. And he said, Srila Prabhupada just started laughing to himself. And he said, hopeless. Hopeless. He started laughing to himself. He said, but it's okay. You keep chanting. Because you are sincere, Krishna will accept the mantra. You know? So Jayananda Prabhu was simple like this, you know. And he was so sincere. So that also shows, it's also a lesson. Some people think that there's some notion in some places in India and different places that in order to be a devotee, you must be very fluent in Sanskrit. It's not true. There's nowhere in the scripture. Srila Prabhupada would be very angry about this, he actually say. It's like, my disciples, they're giving more of their time, they're more of their energy, everything they have to Krishna, and just because they don't know Sanskrit, you're saying they can't be pure devotees? Nonsense. Where in the scriptures does it say? Where? Note it down. Reference it somewhere. So you'd be so angry with this. Because if you chant a mantra, but you can't say it properly, but if you say it with sincerity, Krishna will accept it. There's many stories linking to this, but we only have 5 minutes, I'm thinking. Okay, so now we'll end off a little bit. So Jayananda Prabhu, it's fair to say, can everyone go away today and say they know a little bit more about Jayananda Prabhu today? Put your hand up if you can say so. Okay, good. So now, to honor Jayananda Prabhu, we'll just speak a little bit about some of the later pastimes. So then after some time, every single year, Jayananda Prabhu would be making the Rath carts. He was actually known for being Mr. Rath Yatra. That was one of his nicknames, Mr. Rath Yatra. Every single year, he'd build a new 3 Rath carts for Jagannath. Like I said, in London, where we have huge Rath carts, very nicely made Rath carts, huge ones, we use them every single year. But in Puri, in Jagannath, Puri, they make new 3 Rath carts every single year. They've actually just started making them in Puri. The Rath Yatra will start happening. It's Rath Yatra season soon, actually. So you'll start seeing it all over the world. New York, Los Angeles, Russia, wherever. London, we're going to go. So he'd make 3 new ones every single year. Huge ones, 100 feet. And suddenly, his health started to deteriorate a little bit. So then the devotees told him to go to the doctors and things like this, and then the doctors told him, you've got leukemia. You've contracted cancer. I suggest, keep rest now, you have this much time to live. And then he suggested some treatment, chemotherapy, and things like this. But that would cost money. But Jayananda Prabhu was giving all his money to the temple. He didn't even want the chemotherapy. He didn't even want the treatment. And he said, that's it, okay, that's fine. He wasn't actually, we spoke about, we've spoken about in our Wednesday programs about how Parikshit Maharaj wasn't fazed by the knowledge that he was going to die soon. This was exactly how Jayananda Prabhu was acting. Just like Parikshit Maharaj in the Srimad Bhagavatam. He was not fazed. This is how Jayananda Prabhu was. He was not scared of death. He'd welcome it nicely. And Jayananda Prabhu, he got the knowledge that he had leukemia. His body started deteriorating. There was pains all over his body. He wasn't able to function properly. Yet, that same year, when he was having so many pains to move, he built the Rath carts for this year's Rath Yatra as well. That last Rath Yatra that he was there in San Francisco. Even though he had leukemia and pains all over his body, he continued to work day and night, sleeping 2-3 hours a day, making these Rath carts. Can you imagine such a person? That they keep working for Krishna? That's a sign of a person that's convinced, in Krishna consciousness, and convinced in Srila Prabhupada. He loved Srila Prabhupada so much like this. So he continued making the Rath carts, and that same Rath cart. Then eventually, it got so bad that he was not able to walk anymore. He had to be in a wheelchair. And they started going for different treatments. They didn't go for treatments. His family members would give him money for the treatment because he wouldn't accept any treatment. And then somehow or other, he would get the same money for the treatment and give it to the temple. He said, I don't want it. I should give it for the temple. I am leaving my body. The treatment might save my life for some time, but this ISKCON movement is saving millions and billions of people's life every single day. I'm just one person. So we should help this ISKCON society. And there's some pastimes of him in hospital, but there's so many. One very heart-touching one. Jayananda Prabhu would be in the hospital bed, in hospital, and along with him, to keep him company, he'd have a picture of Srila Prabhupada, his guru. and it would be on the bedside table next to the bed, hospital bed. And one of the devotees, they'd come in and see him every now and then, devotees. And then one time, they saw him and then they went away and then they saw him again. They came in and they saw, where's Jayananda? The Srila Prabhupada's picture, maybe, I don't know what size, about the size of the picture we have on the right, just below the clock. About the size of that, there was a picture of Srila Prabhupada, and he'd have that with him. And he'd have a tape recorder playing Srila Prabhupada's chanting. And the devotee came in and he found the picture on the bed. And he thought, where's Jayananda? And he went past the bed and he saw Jayananda on the floor, lying down. He said, Jayananda, what are you doing? You've got leukemia. Your body's in pain. You have to be in the comfort. Go in the hospital bed. It's more comfortable. I said, yeah, but I saw the picture of my spiritual master and I saw the bedside table was actually a little bit lower than me. My spiritual master is 1,000,000 times greater than me. He deserves all the comfort, not me. So then he put the picture of Srila Prabhupada on his bed and he slept on the floor. This is the man that Jayananda Prabhu was. And his final moments, Srila Prabhupada was so impressed with him. There's a nice excerpt from this book called TKG's Diary, one of the friends of Jayananda Prabhu. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj TKG was with Srila Prabhupada during the time that Jayananda Prabhu passed away from this world. And Prabhupada loved Jayananda Prabhu like anything. So there was one particular day where Tamal Krishna Maharaj was with Srila Prabhupada and they were all remembering Jayananda Prabhu all together. And Srila Prabhupada was crying at this moment. And they're all remembering Jayananda Prabhu and Srila Prabhupada's listening. So I'll end with this excerpt. On May 11th, today everyone thought much about the departure of Jayananda Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada received further word about his last hours. Jayananda had been in great pain for months, but he never ceased serving Lord Jagannath, making arrangements for his Rath Yatra celebration. On his last day, the pain increased to the point that he could no longer even chant the holy name. Moaning in a great pain, he expressed the uselessness of maintaining a diseased body any longer. At the very end, he hugged his tape recorder tightly, listening to his spiritual master chanting of Hare Krishna, and left his body. Of his beloved disciple, Srila Prabhupada said, I am very proud to have such a disciple. He has died gloriously. His death is wonderful, and we should all follow his example. Prabhupada quoted the Bhagavad Gita 8.5 and read the purport in confirmation. Jayananda has gone to Vaikuntha to be with Krishna. His photo will be placed on the Rath cart and in all our temples. We will hold a feast in his honor, as we do on the other Vaishnavas' disappearance day. Jai Jayananda, Jai Jayananda, Jai Jayananda. Prabhupada cries remembering you. Shri Jayananda Thakur ki. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So that just shows how much Srila Prabhupada, Jayananda Prabhu's own guru, respected Jayananda Prabhu so much as his disciple. So I apologize for having such a sad class today, but when remembering great saints of the past, it can be quite emotional. And Jayananda Prabhu, for me, he's very close to my heart. He's like an example of someone I want to have some of the qualities he had at some point in my life. And I'm sure that for everyone in the room, we're also praying for that, for being such a great devotee. But we weren't able to celebrate his disappearance day last Saturday, because on Sunday we had Narasimha Chaturasi, a great festival. So I thought today at least we can spend some time remembering him nicely. finishing off, I know it's last bit, but I also wanted to show just a very short 3-minute video summarizing everything that was said today of Jayananda, and a few videos of him as well. If I just... Okay. Wait, actually, I need to connect my audio, don't I, Srila Prabhu? I need to connect my audio. It's a 3-minute video, then we'll end off and we'll do some kirtan. Is it on? Is it Citronic? Is it my mobile? It's not appearing on here for some reason. Technical difficulties. Connected? Okay, I might have. Oh, it's still not. Okay. Not connected? 1 second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Is it still not working? Can I send the video to you and you have the video, no? Do you reckon you can? Sorry about this. Technical difficulties.
Play the video.
Uh-huh.
Put the microphone in your speaker.
Okay, I'll just put the microphone here. Okay. Okay. So it's just a 3-minute video just summarizing everything we spoke about today by Jayananda Prabhu. Okay. This is a series of great devotees in our movement that have passed away in this many moons.
Recently, I was with Shamsundar Prabhu, and he told me that Jayananda Prabhu was one of the first devotees to join in San Francisco. And he was kind of older than most of the others. And he continued to work in order to support the center. Not only did he work for a good portion of the day, earning money and giving 100% of it to Prabhupada. And now in 1976, thousands of devotees, beautiful chariots built by Jayananda Prabhu, his very dear beloved disciple, who so much captured Srila Prabhupada's spirit of compassion. He was building the chariots of Jagannath for many years, and at this time he was dying of cancer, leukemia, and whatever money he had for medicines he was using to build the chariots, giving the guidance, the direction, the inspiration. Fifth Avenue, the main street in New York City, one of the main cities in all the world. Gigantic chariots of Balram, Subhadra, and Jagannath were being pulled as thousands of devotees were loudly chanting the holy names, and Prabhupada was sitting on Subhadra's chariot looking out at New York City, looking out at the world. So happy to see his Gurudev's mission being accomplished. Srila Prabhupada was so personally grateful that he gave an order that all Rathayatras throughout the world for all time in ISKCON should have Jayananda Prabhu's photograph displayed. And then Srila Prabhupada did something which I believe is unprecedented in our society. He said every year, Jayananda Prabhu's disappearance day should be celebrated on our Vaishnav calendar as a holy day to commemorate him.
Jayananda looks like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, you are tall and stout and strong Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Shri Jayananda Thakur ki jai.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So thank you very much, Balram, for this wonderful, heart-touching class. When I first heard about Jayanand Prabhu many years back, I also cried that day. I don't know how somebody who can be so surrendered to the mission of God. So Jayanand Prabhu is called Mr. Rath Yatra, and now the Rath Yatra season has started. In UK, there will be more than 25 Rath Yatras this year. Right now, today, the Rath Yatra is happening in the town of Chelmsford. I don't know if you know what Chelmsford is happening right now. And soon we'll have the Rath Yatra very close by. On 3rd of June, there will be Rath Yatra in Manchester, which is a Saturday. So if anybody would like to go to the city center in Manchester, starts at 11 o'clock. Please do go there. And the following day, Sunday, 4th of June, it will be in Nottingham. So not very far. So, and then of course, then we'll be going to London, our biggest Rath Yatra in UK, which will be on the 20th of July. So there's some of the dates you can put it in your calendar. And we'll be taking a coach from the Stoke. And if you want to join us, please let us know. You can come with us. So now, to celebrate Jayananda Prabhu's disappearance day, he came to set an example of how to become an ideal devotee. And one of the way we become ideal devotee, or the main thing we become ideal devotee, is that by simply lovingly chanting the name of the Lord. So right now we'll do a kirtan now. So in the kirtan, you can pray to the Lord, saying that, my Lord, let me have the same enthusiasm, or even a fraction of the enthusiasm what Jayananda Prabhu has in the service of the Lord. Then our life will be perfect. So I ask now this time, please rise, and we'll have the kirtan now together. Hare Krishna.
I heard somewhere that Jayananda Prabhu would also come to the front of the temple as well. So please don't hide behind and come forward. This kirtan is called Sun Kirtan. Sun means together, not a performance. So I know some of us don't sing in public, but I think some of us sing in the shower. So please try and be as present as possible, come forward as much as possible, and we can connect together in Sun Kirtan together and chant nicely together. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Dishatarine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Dishatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everybody please, louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I can't hear you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gauda Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gauda Hari Bol. Nitai Gauda Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gauda Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Jayananda Thakur Disappearance Day ki jai. By Gaura Paramanande, Hari Hari Hari.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramhans Parivajakacarya Stotar Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vrind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुन राधा कुन श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की बृहत मृदंग ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Kalaye Shilatan Kalaye Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Yato Yamitato Narasimha Yato Yamitato Narasimha Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha Narasimha Madim Charanam Prapadye Narasimha Madim Charanam Prapadye Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narasimha Dev 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 Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jai Jai Hari Hari Bol Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punya Vratam Rajan विश्वासो नैव जायते शरीरार विद्याजाल जोरेन्द्रिये ताहे काल जीवे फेले विषय सागरे तारे मध्ये जीवायति लोभो माये सुदुर्मति ताके जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्णो बदादयो माय करी बार जीव जाय स्वप्रसादन दिलो बाय से अनमृत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमेदा को श्री चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे राम महाप्रसादम की जय।
Hare Krishna. So once again, thank you everyone for coming today. Sunny Sunday Feast program. Today Balram spoke about a very great devotee Jayananda Prabhu. I hope you liked the class, and the reason for this class was that it's a great inspiration. As Jesus said, seek and you shall find. To become a carry on in our devotional life, we all require inspiration, and Jayananda Prabhu is a great inspiration. So he's not, as Balram said, he's not 500 years back or thousands of years back. Just a few years back he was here. And we can get inspired from him. And his inspiration was that just simply serve Krishna, serve God. And all perfection will come to you. So taking his inspiration, we can all come together in the temple and inspire each other. We might not be as great as Jayananda Prabhu. But whatever inspiration, whatever good qualities we have, we come to the temple and share with us, share with each other. So today in that line, we have a very inspirational couple, and one of the husband of that couple is celebrating his birthday today. So I request Jai to please come forward and celebrate his birthday, and I request Jayati as well, please come forward. He says behind every successful man there is a woman. So today we'll see the woman. Please come, please both of you come forward, please. Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna. So please come this way, stand behind. Yeah. So wait, no. Yeah. So Jai and Jayati, they are pharmacists by profession, and they've been coming to our temple for quite some time. And both of them have very nice service attitude. Today we talked about service inspiration. So they have a nice service attitude. And whenever they have time, they come to the temple and they cook for us. So today both of them have cooked for us. So we all are hungry now. And we also have cake as well because of his birthday. So we're very grateful, Jai, that celebrating your birthday with us. And thank you very much, Jayati, for organizing everything. And I'll now hand over the microphone to Jayati to speak about Jai, good things.
He's really good, he's really supporting, and I'm lucky to have him. That's all.
Say now something good about her.
About her? Yeah. Whatever I'm here today, just because of her. That's it. Thank you. No, that's right.
Really. So they're a very sweet couple. And we pray to Radha Madan Mohan and Radha Gokulanand and Prabhupada that may you have a very, very wonderful years together, and may you each celebrate each other's birthday for many, many years together in Hare Krishna temple. Hare Krishna. So please cut your cake, we'll sing a song for you. Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna dear Jai, Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So before we move towards Prashadam, I'd like to again welcome Richard to our temple today. Those who joined later, just introduce Richard again. Richard is part from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, the devotees who were worshipping the Lord here before us. And Richard has been associated with the church since his childhood. And today he has come all the way from Bristol to be with us today. So welcome again, Richard. This is your house. It will always remain your house. You are welcome anytime, Richard. So please welcome Richard again by 3 times loudly chanting, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. I think you, Jim, right? Yes, I remember Jim. Jim came last Sunday. Jim is studying in Kiel University, and he's been already chanting and a wonderful devotee. So we also welcome Jim back into our temple by 3 times loudly chanting, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Just to connect today's class, Jayananda Prabhu's name, parents gave him the name Jim. So we have a Jim, Jayananda Prabhu, and we have Jim here. One day you also become J.B. Jayananda Prabhu one day. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Now we move towards Prashadam. Please go and take Prashadam upstairs. Hare Krishna. Hare.